man, Binance just suspends US dollar withdrawals. What does this mean for the crypto space? What is the impact this is going to have on the price? This is breaking news, guys. Binance US halts direct dollar withdrawals. You can see here markets here falling today, almost down 1%. After the crazy antics we had yesterday and the crackdown on exchanges continue. You guys will know that yesterday we had Binance to stop accepting new UK customers to comply with ad rules. So straight away here in the UK, Binance cannot accept new users. And this is just one of many battles Binance is facing in the various jurisdictions it operates in. Now, if we switch over to what's going on today, US dollar deposits in user wallets are no longer eligible for FDIC insurance protection according to the updated terms of use. Very, very interesting. So it's no longer accounting for the FDIC insurance, which of course applies to any other bank in the US, but they're not applying it here for Binance. In the event that customers wish to withdraw US dollar funds from their account, they may do so by converting US dollar funds to stablecoin or other digital assets which can subsequently be withdrawn. So it's making it very, very difficult to on-ramp. But in this case, they're now stopping you from off-ramping too. So they're really trying to squeeze people that, look, if you want to use crypto, fine, use crypto, but we're going to put you in a ring fence over here, and you're going to struggle to put any fiat in, and you're going to struggle to bring it back out into fiat. Therefore, how are you going to operate? And so that's why it's more important than ever that as a crypto ecosystem, we build relationships with businesses to accept crypto payments, right? Because then all of this stuff becomes meaningless. If you could just transfer across into a stable coin and purchase your groceries day to day with stable coins, then of course you wouldn't have an issue. You wouldn't need to convert it back to dollars, but we're not quite there on the adoption curve. So just further highlights the troubles that CZ, Binance, and the crypto space continues to face. I mean, you've got to understand that, yes, there's a shift going on. Yes, we know that slowly but surely we're getting to more mainstream adoption, but the regulators still are pressurizing these exchanges unfairly. We know Gary Gensler is not letting up, and we know that other people high up in governments are not letting up on the crypto plan. But it's a matter of time, right? If you guys watch this clip here, have a listen to this.
This rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
So look at how the stance is changing, right? This is coming from somebody who runs the biggest asset management company in the world, $9 trillion. Larry Fink manages under his firm, and he originally was calling Bitcoin an index for money laundering, and now he's calling it a flight to quality. Do you think this change has happened for no reason, or do you think his bags are locked and loaded and he's ready? Right? Remember, these people like Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan, Larry Fink here from BlackRock, they only speak positively about an asset class once it's in their interest to do so. If they don't have enough of it or they have no exposure to it, why are they going to waste their time on mainstream television talking about an asset they don't want the price to go up of? Of course he wants Bitcoin's price to go up. Of course he has a bag. He has exposure to it. He's got his Bitcoin spot filing there. He knows it's going to get approved eventually, right? Because we saw that the SEC refused to appeal the review case that Grayscale won for their spot ETF. It's a matter of time. We know that. We saw the pump yesterday, the manipulation yesterday affect the markets because markets know it's just a matter of time for this ETF. Hold up, guys. If you're looking to actively trade and you're not in our free Telegram group, Ijaz.uk/TG, make sure you're in there. I share free trade alerts plus TA setups of exactly how I trade altcoins and profit successfully. Also, there is a VIP group where you get regular VIP trade alerts with the exact trades I'm taking. So definitely check that out. Ijaz.uk/TG. I'll see you on the inside. But what's more interesting is how governments continue to crack down on the likes of Binance and other exchanges. Now, guys, if you are looking for a non-KYC exchange, check out BITFLEX in the description. It's like early days Bybit, right? Where Bybit didn't need KYC. You can jump on, check that out, links in description if you want to trade using BITFLEX. Now, if we jump on over to markets here, you can see Bitcoin tumbling down 1%. Why? Well, first of all, straight away, you have to look at the dollar index. Dollar index is starting to move in the green. Now, why? Because retail sales data just come out. We had retail sales data come out at 0.7% in September, much stronger than the estimate, which was 0.3%. Remember, if you're using that as a month-over-month figure, this is a worry, right? If retail sales are coming in really strong, that worries the markets that there could be more inflation, and therefore markets need to price in more higher rates for longer. And if you switch on over here to the Fed rate monitor tool, which you guys know we monitor a lot here. It's taken a hit. This was up at like 96% of people were saying we're just going to pause at the next meeting. Now it's suddenly jumped down to 84. So 15% of the market are now starting to price in that maybe we will actually get 25 base points at this next meeting. Remember, we had hot jobs figures. We had hot inflation come in. Now you're getting hot retail sales data. The market's got to be very, very cautious here because this is signs of an overheating economy. And if you jump on over to the traditional markets, you'll see the same thing. If you take a look at the US markets here, you can see the Nasdaq dropping 1.3%. Nasdaq is dropping right now more than Bitcoin right now. S&P is dropping 0.65 and the Dow Jones is fairly flat. So we are seeing a little bit of risk off as bonds start to climb. And if we take a look here, you can see all coins absolutely getting wrecked as well. Look at this big dump here, 3.6% here to the downside on Phantom. Ethereum tumbling 2% as we speak. There is a bloodbath here in the market. The last few days did, of course, have some euphoria, and we got to look for support. And so if we look at the structure that Bitcoin is forming, where are the key levels of support I'm looking for? Well, it's very obvious. If you look at this peak here where we got rejected, this is your first level of support, right? So if you look at 28,000 flat, that's going to be your first level of support. Then there's a very interesting point here where two important lines intersect. One is the horizontal support here, the dotted line I've got at 27,680, right? Call it 27,700. That also ties in with the purple rising channel, which we've been following, okay? So you can see, remember, we lost this rising channel, right? We broke to the downside. We held some support from the horizontal. We came back in the pattern, retested it, bounce. Now it looks like we want to come back in for some support. So I'm looking for this area here to hold a support, the purple line or the horizontal to hold a support before we move onwards up towards 30. That's what we're going to need in order to hold this upwards channel. If we're unable to do that, then you need to look at lower price points, right? If we lose this level, then you're looking at 27.3, then you're looking down to 26.6 at the other green line I've got drawn here as well. So those are the key levels I'm looking for. If I also bring out the EMA ribbon, you'll notice here on the 4-hourly chart that the 4-hourly EMA ribbon ties in perfectly at the same level. So I'm looking in this area around this 27.7 level for a bit of support. If we lose our EMA ribbon, then I need to look at my daily EMA ribbon to see where the next bit of support comes in. And guess what, guys? Exactly as the horizontal levels were showing, the EMA ribbon comes in at support at exactly that same level at 27.3. So if none of this stuff is making sense to you guys in terms of TA and you want to pick up on your TA knowledge, ijaz.uk/TA, I've put together a structured curriculum of everything to take you from beginner to advanced in TA. Most of the people here online on YouTube are completely making things up. Until, a year or two ago, they've never even seen TA. I learned it working in TradFi at an investment bank. So definitely, if you guys want to learn from my 10 years of experience doing TA, the link is in the description to do that. So straight away, we can see that's where I'm looking at here for daily support. If we zoom out a little bit more, this is when you start to understand the structure that we're in. And the structure that we're in quite clearly here is that we've managed to retest our EMA ribbon and deliver a really strong week. So as long as we can keep this week fairly strong, right? We have good news that the week afterwards, we can start working our way and building momentum to go and tackle the main battle, which is breaking the 32,000 peak here. This is where we got rejected, right? We got rejected once here at 31, and then we got rejected here at 32. We've got to push beyond this and go higher than 32. Get that higher high, and we can keep an uptrend, and more importantly, avoid the horrible head and shoulders pattern. Because remember, we do have the risks of forming a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then falling to the downside, okay? And that can send us on a horrible pattern of losing our EMA ribbon, and it will not be fun whatsoever. So very important that we can finish off this week in the green. I mean, if you look at that weekly candle right now, if we were to close that weekly candle where we're at right now, that would actually be a bullish engulfing candle. And again, if you don't know what that means, ijaz.uk/TA, we go through all these different types of candlesticks. This signals a reversal. Now, of course, if in the later part of this week, 'cause there's still 5 days left for this weekly candle, the bears manage to push us lower and lower and lower where my cursor is now, then it's not a bullish engulfing candle. So it's really important. If we can close above the high of the last week, that is really powerful and shows good momentum here for the board. So as long as we can close here, forget about this wick, don't worry about it. We had the manipulation yesterday around the spot ETF being approved when it wasn't, that's fine. But as long as we can close at these nice green levels, open up next week in the green as well, this could start our journey to go and break past 32. And once we break past 32, things then get really exciting, because you guys can see that once that's clear, we really start to have some clear grass. I mean, if we bring out the VPVR, which shows you where the volume is traded right now here, Let's just pull that out for you guys. You can see that once we clear this cluster of resistance at 32, it becomes very thinly traded all the way up to 37, 38,000. That'd be a nice, powerful move here between 30, where we're at now, which is 28, break through 30 and 32, and work our way up towards that 38,000 mark where the volume starts to pick up again, where there will be some resistance from this cluster to the left-hand side here. So there you have it, guys. That's what I'm looking at here on the charts. Binance continuing to face difficulties. Exchanges continue to face attack from regulators, but it's just a matter of time. You heard that from Larry Fink. You heard it's a flight to quality. You're hearing some of the people who are putting Bitcoin now starting to raise it on a pedestal, and we know why. Their bags are locked and loaded. We'll be wary of these guys, but for now, while they're speaking positively, we'll take it, but we'll keep it in the back of our mind that something is going on with these institutions, and we need to understand what. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.